Back. The state's oldest autism resource, serving thousands of Minnesotans each year, is in jeopardy of suspending essential programs or even closing its doors. Tonight, Heidi Wigdahl explains how the Autism Society of Minnesota got here and what it needs to survive.
For more than half a century, the state's autism community has looked to the Autism Society of Minnesota, or AWESOME, as a resource.
Predominantly, our work is in supporting autistic people and their families as they either learn to navigate their diagnosis or seek supports for various stages of their lives. Secondly, the Autism Society of Minnesota tries really hard to make Minnesota the absolute best place for autistic people to live.
Executive Director Ellie Wilson says they do that through all types of services used each year by more than 14,000 Minnesotans.
Not surprisingly, as the tone around autism has changed and as we've seen many public institutions destabilized, the Autism Society of Minnesota has experienced an incredibly nasty lurch in the funding that supports our work.
Some of that has to do with grants that have gone away, also because of changes to Medicaid. AWESOME has also seen employers turn away from diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives.
The total implication of the amounts changing drastically in 25 are to the tune of $500,000, which comprises more than 20% of our annual operating budget.
AWESOME has now launched a campaign to help them reach their goal of raising $500,000.
What could happen if you aren't able to raise these funds by the end of the year?
Our number one concern is that our very, very popular and critical programs could come to an end.
Those programs include mental health services with wait lists already double capacity. It also includes education and training, camps and social programs, and advocacy. AWESOME risks having to close its doors altogether.
We have been contacted by families whose autistic teenagers hear people talking about them on the news like a tragedy and are saying, I am not so sure that this country wants me here. I'm not so sure that this country wants me to be alive. And those are the sort of things that not only break our hearts, but resolve us to fight for the mission of this organization. This community needs a voice, and we need to fight to keep it.
AWESOME launched its campaign at the beginning of this month with the goal to raise $500,000 by the end of this year. We have more information at KARE11.com.